did you get your hair cut?
I didn't. I said I need my hair cut. I
Oh,
should have
right.
Yes, no, it's too long and too heavy.
Hello.
Hello. Sparkly lady. I can't see any sequins, Laura. Sorry, you might have to leave. I can't see any sequins.
It's just
sequin knickers.
RuPaul for a minute.
Alex.
Is that Jake's deep voice I heard then?
Yes,
Yes, mine. Yeah.
He's a man, you know. He's a man.
He sings bass.
Yeah, bass. Can I come with lecture?
Sorry.
It looks like can come with lecture.
He looks like Kelvin Fletcher, he thinks.
Who's Kelvin Fletcher?
That's it.
Remember Dale, he was on Strictly.
Dale.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't watch soaps, Jake.
Julie.
It's not a soap. Oh, Strictly. Sorry, Everdale.
That's
a necklace come out of my
I'm with you.
Hello.
Hi, Nancy.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, PJ.
Nancy's got a jumpsuit on. They're the only sequins you could find.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Hi, Christina.
Oh, there's Julie. Oh, she's there. You're all right. Very glamorous, Julie PJ.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
Look at you.
Is that Jennifer Morley in there? Hello. Hi. Wave, Jennifer.
Hi.
Hiya. Oh, very nice, Sarah. Oh, Christina, look at your hair.
Oh,
shush.
I was so excited getting dressed up.
Well, I put my jumpsuit on. I thought it was the best I could get. It's got sequins on it.
Brilliant.
I had to make this.
Oh,
Pitch pipe.
you got a sequin top.
Sequin pitch pipe.
Can't believe nobody owns sequins. We got now sequins, haven't we, Sarah?
Oh, look at who's that?
Oh.
Nice. Very nice. Oh my God, Adrian.
Oh, it's just falling out. I've lost the back.
Ooh, look at the hair.
Wow.
Covers the roots, doesn't it?
You know, your real colour.
Didn't recognise her yesterday.
Hi, Adrian.
Just
Is that your natural colour then under there? It's nice. Leave it alone.
this
Over
glass. No,
Oh, lovely.
just a glass. You got a friend.
Adrian.
Singing that now. Oh, I'm trying to move my screen so you can't see all the rubbish in my room. I'll try that. Yeah.
Hey, Jake.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi. Just a minute when they said about.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Pauline.
Hi, Michelle.
Oh,
Hi, Hi, Michelle.
Hi there, everyone.
Hi, Aidan.
Ooh, I need to show me sequins off.
Oh, you do? Get them out.
Oh, my nipples.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, how are you?
All right, thank you.
Good.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Pauline.
Nice to see you.
You. Oh.
Nice tidy bedroom there. I wouldn't dare let anybody in my bedroom.
This isn't my bedroom, it's the spare bedroom and the study.
That's Sue. Hello, Sue. Very glam.
Hi, Sue. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Carrie.
Wow.
Where's your sequin, Carrie?
Hi, Sue.
Where's your sequin?
I've got the shiny medal on.
All right.
Oh, couldn't you decide, Carrie? Could you not decide which sequin top to wear that you've got?
Yes, you've got so many.
Yeah.
I would have had to cut one off my Crystal Chords dress.
Honestly. Ring now because she's not getting on.
My one goes both ways. Look, it does that.
Oh, God.
Ooh, stroke a seat.
That's awful.
Just Julie.
I found it in Sainsbury's.
Hi, Carole.
It's in the Sainsbury's kids section for 11-year-olds. And I've cut the side so I can get in it.
I think my bag's similar. It's kind of just checking it out if it does or not.
No.
Oh no, I thought it might, but no, it doesn't. I'm just showing it off then, aren't I, really?
No, you're stroking. It's Sue stroking the bosom.
It's got still, yeah, it does actually have a
I'm stroking my
Sarah.
Slippers.
All right.
Oh, you look fabulous.
Hi, Carole. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Carole.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Celine.
Hi, Celine.
Hi, Celine.
Hi.
Christine.
There's a Pzazz top.
Oh, I love the glitter. Wow.
Oh, brilliant. Well, you can't see, but this is one of the songs. Can you imagine that? I've cut out around my glasses. And I've stuck diamantes on the baritone line.
Hey.
They're not really showing very well.
Attention to close up. Want to close up, please. Of the music.
They do sparkle, look.
There should be a prize for them.
Fantastic.
That is so clever.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm really itchy.
We don't want to know that.
Snap, snap, feeling the
Hi, Carole.
No, I don't.
Gill, I
Hi,
just
Monica.
I've got road biking arms on.
Oh, yeah.
They're just arms that you bike in,
Yeah.
but they're really good for sequin edges.
Oh, what a good idea. We've got some of those, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, I have to admit the color of this jacket is quite itchy.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Just a little bit, you know.
Show must go on, ladies. Show must go on.
The show must go on. Indeed.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
The things you do for fashion and the things you do for Crystal Chords.
Exactly.
Can you see the glitter on my face? Or is it not enough?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. Bonjour.
Bonjour. I'm feeling a little French this evening.
Oh, hello.
Oh my God. Is that a sequin?
I got a beret too.
Oh wow.
Got a black one.
Oh, nice, Carole.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Very glamorous. Fifes in the room now. Hello, the Fifes.
Hello.
I'm pleased the Fifes
Oh,
are
wow.
Keep getting my arm stuck to my leg because the sequins keep getting stuck to the leg.
That reminds me of when we were with Pzazz in our outfits and with our sequin net sleeves and sequin outfits, and we kept getting stuck on everything.
Mine does it because I've got sequins different times.
Very good.
That's lovely.
Hi, Jennifer. I just realised I just saw you.
See who's here? I can only see a small number of the screen.
Hello. I can't see top. You're the same one.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Bush.
Say yes to everything, and you should get in.
I see Laura and I shop at the same place.
Is you there?
Nearly.
You got sequins on your glasses, Babs.
Carole, where's your stripes?
Dame Babs, look at those, look at those.
They're already falling off. They won't stay tonight.
Dame Babs.
Have you put them on specially?
course.
It's like that all the time.
I actually have a pair of glasses like this.
There might have been like comedy glasses.
No, they're my real glasses. Ow.
Hi, Sue Barsky-Reed and Julie Berry and Gabby.
Evening. Christine's wearing a crown.
Linda,
I like the place.
Christine, you've got the crown lighting from New York. It looks fabulous. It's got sequins on it.
Alicia, win.
Alicia!
Can't see that. Sorry. So glam or ridiculous?
Glam, you look amazing.
Linda, hi.
Let's see, Linda.
I love her hair.
There she is, Linda. You got blonde hair. Hello.
Hi, Gabby.
What?
Hi, Gabby. Hi, Sue.
Hi.
Hi, Anna.
Anna, you've curled your hair. Yes,
Very glam. Very glam.
Yes, that's not the. No, that's not the password. The ID is the ID. Go to the link. Do it while I'm.
Oh, are you talking to your mum?
Background.
Oh, Sarah, I thought you were going to have your other hat on.
Which other hat? No, not.
Your real top hat tap. You know, the black one? The black one with all the little sequins on it.
Oh, well, this is a top hat, but it's a bit smaller.
I know.
And it's full of sequins.
It's a party hat.
It's a party. Are we all wearing hats or not?
No.
It wasn't a rule.
Preference. Depends what you've got. Oh, fabulous, Sue. You've got to keep that on.
Anne-Marie. Hello, Anne-Marie. Hi.
Hi, Anne-Marie.
Hello.
Oh, lovely to see you.
Hiya, you all right?
Hi.
Your hair's really growing.
I know.
Mind you, I think we all are. Got this on to keep it out of my eyes.
I think we're all a bit giddy, aren't we?
We are. Hi, Sophie.
Oh, Sophie.
Where's Sophie? What's here?
You'll have to swipe across your screen.
Hi,
Oh, hi, Sophie.
Where's Sophie?
She's up.
Sophie's on page 2 of my screen.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Julie. You got the same top.
Hi, Sophie. Hi, Caroline.
On me, Julie.
Hi,
You've got the Pzazz top on.
I have.
Hi, Carole.
Are we all going to show our shoes as well and how sequin our shoes are?
Gabby, you're showing off now with your glittery background.
There's Gabby.
Oh, you look like you're drowning in sequins.
Oh, it looked like you got sequins in your mouth.
Gold teeth.
Like something out of James Bond.
Where's Muriel?
Muriel. To be on a different page.
Grey hair.
Oh,
yeah, we see you. Mum, turn your phone round. Mum, turn your phone on its side.
Yay!
Hey, Muriel. Hey, you are. Hello.
That should have been Pauline telling Muriel to do that, surely.
I've done it right.
Yay!
Hi, Carole. Hi, Mel.
Ariel. Sue, you still called Barry on your screen.
No, I am. I should have changed it. Sorry. Have I got to log off and come back in?
No, you don't. You can just change it on the screen or leave it as it is.
Oh, I don't know how to change it.
Or maybe Laura can change it for you.
I think Laura's done it already for you.
Thank you.
Sue Livesey, you look like the Pope.
As if by magic.
God bless us all.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
Is it a health and safety, PP
Visor
upside down?
Well, it should be like it should be like. Took me hours sticking these bloody sequins on. Didn't want to be the only one without a hat. So.
Brilliant.
Okay, cool. Laura, can you put everyone on mute, please?
Oh.
Sue?
You'll have to unmute yourself though, because I've muted you as well.
I like such professionalism. To do the whole emceeing on a mute would be brilliant. I just put it out there in the chat. Shall I start or shall we wait a bit? So give me a thumbs up if you're happy to crack on. I think we've got loads of people here. Cool. I'm looking at one screen full of thumbs up, so I'm going with that.
We've got 46.
Brilliant. Well, a huge and a spangly welcome to everyone. Welcome to our Crystal Chords Sequin Spectacular. The programme said at the start, it said a dazzling display of crystal chords arrive on Zoom. And without a doubt, that is what has happened. So fantastic, and a massive, massive thank you for buying into it, making the effort, and all looking fabulous, and hopefully feeling a little bit fabulous too. I've certainly felt ridiculous all afternoon, knowing this madness was upon us for no other reason than for the joy of it. So brilliant. I also want to say a special welcome to some of our Crystal Chords social members who have come along tonight. They, of course, won't have a clue who I am, but it's lovely to see you. And I'm just another Sue, really, so I bring the tally of Sues up to about 18 in Crystal Chords, and that's about it, really. But it's great to see you, and thanks so much for coming along. It's really lovely, especially seeing as we're spending a good chunk of tonight going down memory lane and looking at lots of things, which I'm sure lots of you were at too. So we've got all sorts of madness lined up for you tonight, but for now we have two important priorities. One is for Laura to try and take a photo somehow of all of us, and I'm just going to throw to her for that in a minute, and then I'm going to make a special introduction to the ladies in charge of the bar. So if we can do the photo, Laura, if you want to do that.
I've got you on two screens. I've got 25 on a screen. So we're going to have to do it twice so I can get everyone in. And on the count of three, you're going to say sequins, because it's a nice smiley word. So 1, 2, 3.
Sequins.
And, oh, let me turn the page over. And let me get my camera back out. 1, 2, 3. Sequins.
Thank you, Laura. That's great. So the other really important priority is drinks, really, isn't it? Let's get this underway. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Jan and Alex, who in a moment are with consummate ease and skill going to take us through the careful making of a bespoke Crystal Chords cocktail made entirely for the Sequin Spectacular, and they are going to formally name it. So without further ado, I give you the fabulous Fyfes. I've got to find them now.
Hello everybody!
Good evening,
good evening. Welcome to the bar, where you may top up your glass whenever you like. Yes, so would you like the name now or at the end after making it?
Oh, at the end.
Well, the indicator, you'll be living in suspense as to what you'll be dining or drinking with tonight. Okay, so my glamorous assistant next to me will be reaching for the items as we go. So has everybody got a glass that they can put things in? If you want to drink from a jug, I don't judge. I've done it before. I've drank from a bowl, so you know. Okay, yes. So you will need. So if you're going for the alcoholic version, you'll need a bottle of Prosecco, or bottles that you like. This is what we'll be dealing with today. And you will also need peach juice. If you couldn't find peach juice and you've got an alternative, just get that ready on the side there. And some rose water, little bottle there. And ideally a teaspoon to measure out with. Just if not, and a swizzle stick. Because who doesn't love a swizzle stick? Okay, and if you're not if you're going for the alternative, you're going for the non-alcoholic one. We will need again the peach juice, the juice of your choice,
lemonade.
And the lemonade. Yep. So you're just going to swap out the Prosecco with the lemonade. Everything else stays exactly the same. So we have, just looking at a load of jugs on the side. So you're going to start off by mixing. Bear in mind, this does make 8. So. Hopefully you'll be tiddly by the end. If not, you're welcome to half everything now. So you're going to start off with your peach juice, hopefully chilled, at 500 millilitres going into your jug, jug 1. So we're measuring out 500 mil, so please measure out 500 millilitres for me. And we've also got the bigger jug. Good jug to drink from. So you measure out 500 mil for your juice, pour that into your big old jug. And then, what did we say? We can do 1. Yeah. So this is how you pour from one jug to the other. Then you get your teaspoon or measuring spoon, and you're going to measure out a full teaspoon of rose water. You need muscles to get the lid off. And you're going to measure that ever so delicately. Rose water is delectable. Whack it in, plop, and give it a good old mix around in your jug with the swizzle stick. There we go. You can tell we like a good gin in this house. Lovely. And then it tells you to divide it between 8, but we're not going to do that. You can get your own glass. Here are ours. If you feel like being really fancy as well, Mum told us of the way where you dip it in, what was it, egg whites? Egg whites, and dip it in some sugar. If you're fancying being really delectable tonight, we're not going to do that. And also, if you haven't already, pop that champagne, pop that bubbles, the Prosecco. I feel like there should be background music as well, but make her own. Oh, there we go. So then you get your glasses that you're going to dish out the juice to, and you sorry, cheers. And what you want to do is you want to fill up about half of the glass. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, I got a bit PG-13 then. I'll pull that down. And then you're going to fill up about half of the glass with your peach juice mix. If you don't ask us back, I'll know why. So that's about half full there, and then you're going to get your bubbles, your bubble equivalent, and you're going to top it up to the brim of the glass if you can handle that one, all the way to the top. We tried to find some like fancy umbrellas and garnishing and stuff, but it turns out the supermarkets have nothing. So sorry, ladies, but if you've got your own, feel free to chuck them in. It's a right old party. And then you raise a glass to your Crystal Chords gals. Cheers.
Cheers.
And we will be sipping, I don't know, when do I tell you the name? When do we tell you the name?
I don't know.
You're sipping on, should we say it together? The Rose Crystal Sparkle Cocktail. Just for tonight, ladies. So, cheers. Cheers. And if you've got a jug full, you just keep on going. Yay!
Thank you very much. That's fantastic. And we will be asking you back again.
Probably swap out the peach juice for something else, bit mango next time.
Well, I've gone with mango, actually. I went a bit wayward at the supermarket.
Do let us know how it tastes.
It's lovely, actually. I'm very impressed. It's a total delight. So a huge thank you to the pair of you. I can't remember. It was your fault, wasn't it, Alex, that started?
Yeah. Right, I'd just like a disclaimer here. I just made a passing comment and then I suddenly got swept up into it and I just happened to be under the alias of Mum.
Well, I think everyone liked the idea on Zoom, and I think it was Mary Clarke said, "Let's all do it together," or someone said that, and the idea.
Mary, yeah.
Mary.
Yeah.
I like to throw the blame around.
We'll get you back.
Brilliant. Okay, that's fantastic. So everyone's hopefully now got the all-important drink, cocktails or mocktails in hand, and that is important because the next thing is. Well, I've never, I don't think, introduced anyone so important in my life because I'm about to introduce to you not only a founder member of Crystal Chords, but also the lifetime president of Crystal Chords. And she is going to present to us a really nice and a really important toast. So I give you Sue Livesey. You'll need to unmute, Sue.
Yeah.
Try again. Try again, Sue. You're still on mute.
I think I unmuted and you unmuted. Am I right now?
You're good now. Do it. Go for it.
Love it. Go for it. Go for it. Hello all. Can I propose a toast to all the workers who have cared and helped us through this difficult time? Thank you. Also, we should all give ourselves a pat on the back for living these weeks of isolation with our loved ones, with fortitude, and enduring the separation from our very, very loved ones. Here's to Crystal Chords. Cheers.
Cheers. That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sue Livesey. Okay, brilliant. So I'm hoping that you all got the programme of events tonight, but I'm just going to sort of run through plan A to see how it goes. And the idea is we are going to have kind of two halves, and on that programme you will have seen the people who have come forward to offer performances. So we have a very eclectic mix of performances, and in advance of any of them I would like to say a huge thank you to all those people who have come forward to offer their entertainment for tonight. It is no small thing. Certainly it feels utterly ludicrous when you're sitting in your own house and then performing something on Zoom. So it's a total adventure for all of us, but a huge thanks to everyone who's, as I say, put themselves on the line to do that. And also thanks in advance to those of you who we're going to pick on in what we call memory moments. Okay, so I'm hoping you've all come armed with a memory, and it's going to work like this. At various points throughout the evening, you are going to hear this. And when that happens, get ready, because I'm going to be either looking for willing people to give us memories with a wave or something obvious, but remember I can only see one screen at a time. And if no one's willing, I'm going to make a sequin selection. And that way we'll have 2 or 3 memories at a time. It doesn't have to be long, so please don't worry about it. Just a little moment, or you could just say, I can't remember anything, which for some of you might be true. I don't know how many cocktails have gone down in the past, okay, but just a bit of fun. So when you hear the music, be on your guard for a sequin selection of memories. Okay, just a couple of technical things before we start as reminders. There are about 3-4 performances tonight which are going to involve playing a pre-recorded video. So we'll let you know when that happens, because as Laura made most of us practice last week, it's ideal if we turn our own videos off for that bit, so there's less chance they'll buffer, okay? But I'll let you know when that happens, so don't think, is it, isn't it? Hopefully, depending on how much I've drunk, I'll remember to tell you if it's going to be a video, okay? Other things, don't forget you've got speaker view. So once we have someone doing a performance, you have an option in the right-hand corner to be on gallery view, which is probably what you're all on now. And you can just change that to speaker view if you want. And that way you're going to get the person who's doing the performance in a bigger screen. Okay, but if you do it too early, when I'm still talking, you're probably going to get me. So wait till I've actually started probably before you make that selection. And the other thing just to mention is, of course, we've got chats. We've got various people on the Zoom group chat going on at the moment. So it's a bizarre scenario. We know this. And obviously people are going to be performing, and when they've finished, it's going to be quiet in their house, which is going to be just very odd. So please feel free to pile lots of positive accolades onto chat as you go, because that's really our only outlet to do that, because obviously we need to have you all on mute when the performance is going on. But all positivity to support these people who are really bringing it tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to get this first half underway, and our first act is going to be a sketch followed by a song, which I think is very intriguing. And the lady who's going to deliver it is the fabulous sequined Sarah Hicks. Over to you, Sarah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Hang on a sec. Laura, could you allow my permission to record? It's saying no. Can't see Laura.
Sorry, I can't see where I can give you permission, but I am recording.
Okay. Very good. Hello. I'm looking for my friend, Kimberly. Have you seen her? She's really, really tall and really, really wide. If she had a suitcase on her head, she looked like a fitted wardrobe. I'm meeting her here for a drink. We're both celebrating. Kimberly has reached target weight at Weight Watchers, and I've come on the right bus. She's done really, really well at Weight Watchers, Kimberly. She told me she's lost the equivalent of 3 bags of anthracite. I said, it doesn't matter, you've got storage heaters. She does this thing called Weight Watchers Quick Start. She says it's really, really effective because it's so quick. They said, you run in, they shout, you're too fat, and you run out again. We're only having one drink because I've got to go to my evening class. I'm learning a language. It's called Get By in Flemish. I'm learning it, you know, in case I ever go to Flem. So, I don't know what I'm having to drink. I think I might have a pina colada. Have you ever had one? They're nice. I made one myself out of a recipe in the Watchtower. It were Ribena, pineapple chunks and evaporated milk. Oh, I know what Kimberly will be having. Malibu. She's a Malibu maniac, is Kimberly. She's awful. One Malibu and she starts leaping about doing a Nijinsky impression. Not the belly dancer, the horse. 2 Malibus, you have to follow around with a shovel. Frida and Barry met one night. The sky was clear, the stars were bright, the wind was soft, the moon was up. Frida drained her cocoa cup. She licked her lips, she felt sublime. She switched off Gardner's Question Time. Barry cringed in fear and dread as Frida grabbed his tie and said, let's do it while the mood is right. I'm feeling appealing, I've really got an appetite. I'm on fire with desire, I could handle half the genders in a male voice choir. Let's do it tonight. But he said, can't do it, I don't believe in too much sex. This passion for fashion turns us into nervous wrecks. No derision, my decision, I'd rather watch the spinners on the television. I can't do it tonight. So she said, let's do it till our hearts go boom. Go native, creative, living in the living room. This folly is jolly, bend me over backwards on me hostess trolley. Let's do it tonight. But he said, can't do it, the heavy breathing days are gone. I'm older, feel colder, it's other things that turn me on. I'm boring, let me read this catalogue on vinyl flooring. I can't do it tonight. So she said, let's do it, have a crazy night of love. I'll strip bare, I'll just wear stilettos in an oven glove. Don't stop a girl of a pullover, dangle from the water in your balaclava. Let's do it tonight. Can't do it, I know I'd only get it wrong. Don't angle for me to dangle, my arms have never been that strong. Stop pouting, stop doubting, you know I pulled the muscle when I did that grouting. Yeah, can't do it tonight. Let's do it, share a night of wild romance. Frenetic, poetic, this could be a last big chance. To quote Milton, to eat Stilton, to roll and gay abandon on the Chopstick Wilton. Let's do it tonight. I can't do it, I've got other little jobs on hand. Don't browse around the house, I've got a busy evening planned. Stop nagging, I'm flagging, you know as well as I do that the pipes won't lagging. I can't do it tonight. Let's do it, we're all really in the mood. 3 cheers, it's years since I caught you even semi-nude. Get drastic, gymnastic, wear your baggy white front with a loose elastic. But let's do it tonight. Can't do it, I must refuse to get undressed. I feel silly, it's too chilly to go without my thermal vest. Don't choose me, don't use me, my mother sent a note to say you must excuse me. Can't do it tonight. Let's do it, I really absolutely must. I want to tempt you, want to tempt you, want to drive you mad with lust. No cautions, just contortions, smear and avocado and lower portions. Let's do it tonight. Can't do it, it's really not my cup of tea. I'm harassed, embarrassed, I wish you hadn't picked on me. No dramas, give me the pyjamas, the only girl I'm mad about is Judy Chalmers. Can't do it tonight. Let's do it, I really want to run amok. Let's wriggle, let's jiggle, let's really make the rafters rock. Be mighty, be flighty, come on down the buttons on the flame-proof nighty. Let's do it tonight. Let's do it, I really want to rant and rave. Let's go, cause I know just how I want you to behave. Not bleakly, beat me on the bottom with a woman's weekly. Let's do it tonight. Brilliant. Brilliant. Awesome.
Absolutely stunning. You must be knackered.
Cheers. Thank you, everybody. I love doing it. Thank you for listening.
Really, really wonderful. What a wonderful, ambitious, insane song choice. I just think that's brilliant. How the hell you got through those words, I don't know.
I remembered them all amazingly, didn't I?
Unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah, as lots of people said on the chat, how do we follow that? Well, fortunately, it's just Babs who's got to follow that.
Go Babs, go Babs.
So, yeah, what a fabulous start. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, brilliant. And we now have a really lovely performance coming up, because Babs is the newest person to Crystal Chords. And when Babs said she was game to perform, I thought, what a woman, that's fantastic. Okay, so brilliant. Thank you so much for offering this. All I have got written down is poem, so I don't know what's coming, but she's dressed quite seriously, so it could be anything. So without further ado, I am going to throw you over to the wonderful, the spangly, the Dame Babs.
Well, I didn't realise I was going to have to follow Victoria Wood, so this is my poem for you all. It's called Lockdown Limerick. There once was a barbershop chorus who crowed, "All our fans, they adore us." They put on a show and their friends all said, "Oh, their repertoire never can bore us." But one day in March, they were told to stay home and not stray from the fold. So they met in a room with the strange name of Zoom and began to have plans which were bold. So Monica told them to go and learn some new songs for a show in the year 21, where they'd have lots of fun and could bask in the warm afterglow. They learnt songs about pirates in hats and doggies and falling kasplats. They dove right on in to a bath full of gin and gave time to imagining that. They even did lessons on theory, and sometimes their eyes got bleary when Sue showed them lots of crotchets and dots, but her great sense of fun made them cheery. Then one night they all became glad. They said, "This is no time to be sad. We'll get all dressed up in sequins. Let's sup and think of the good times we've had." So although they are 40 years old, their talent has broken the mould. They compete with the best, performing with zest and heading for medals of gold.
Wow, wow, wow. That's not just a poem, it's bloody brilliant. Absolutely, absolutely fabulous. You should see the chat, Jabs, when Babs, God, I've only had a couple of sips. When you get a chance, it's brilliant. Really, really fab. Thank you so much for that. And delivered with those glasses, I think makes it extra special. And well, bring on the gold. That's what I say. That would be amazing. Oh, what's happening here? Okay, shall I make a sequence selection? I can't see anyone waving on my screen. I'm going to go to Adrian, another founder member. Adrian, tell us something you remember about Crystal Chords, and you're not unmuted yet, you'll have to try that again.
Okay, I can remember getting a very drunk Tom Percy dressed up in an orange frock with a black straw hat and lipstick, and I think we actually wet ourselves laughing when he tried to put on the little black neck gloves and the thumb finished up at the end of his finger here.
Brilliant. Was this before performance or after?
Oh, well after. We were well oiled.
Well oiled. Brilliant. And I saw Sue Hulse laughing away at that. Sue Hulse, do you have a recollection of something similar? You'll need to unmute, Sue. Cool.
Not similar. I remember my very first convention in Harrogate, and me and a lady, lots of you will know, Brenda, stayed at the conference centre till goodness knows what time on the Friday night. And then I shared a room with Carole McCulley, and we stayed talking until the birds started singing. And then when we went on the stage, I know I wouldn't do it now. That was my very first one. And then when we went on the stage in Harrogate, it was the best thing I'd ever done in my life. And it's still one of my absolute best treasured moments. It was just amazing.
You said that to me, Sue, which was a really lovely thing. When we were in IABS before we went on, you said you will love it and it will be one of the best things in your life. And it was such a lovely, heartfelt thing to say 2 seconds before we went and did it. And it was a fabulous thing. So, yeah, that's great. Just to clarify, were you up until the birds were singing before your performance? Was it before?
On the Friday night, yeah, that was a Friday night. We didn't have the same rules. we might have had the same rules. We just didn't know them.
Well, I assume similar stuff goes on these days, Monica. Is that the case? That up until the dawn chorus? No. Doesn't go with gold, I don't think. Okay, I've got time for. Oh, Adrian, do you want to say something?
I can remember going to bed 3 times and getting up again. And at the lab's 10th anniversary, I think it was, in Blackpool, we were up all night, and then we went in the swimming pool and did synchronised swimming at 7 o'clock in the morning.
All before the contest?
That was on the Sunday morning after the contest.
Does that mean that you're secretly a synchronised swimmer, or was this an improvised moment?
No, it was synchronised swimming with a non-swimmer, even Pauline Langlands. Who had one foot on the bottom all the time.
Always. But can you remember the photographs afterwards in the corridor at the other place? Not in the posh hotel. We were in the Alex, weren't we?
Oh, I wasn't. I was in the posh hotel.
Well, I don't know how you got to my end then, because my photos don't say that. You don't want to see them. Well, maybe you do want to see them.
I thought we'd turn to these founder members for stories of dedication.
Yeah.
To the cause. Perfect behaviour. Brilliant. Well, it seems fitting in that case, after all those lovely inputs, if people could just mute themselves who unmuted, and then it doesn't interfere with the next performance. It seems quite fitting that our next performance also seems to have a theme connected to alcohol, because the lovely Carrie is going to play for us an Irish reel entitled The Maid Behind the Bar. So without further ado, I give to you the Crystal Carrie.
Hello. So tonight I'm in Irish colours, and I'm wearing green, orange and our IABS medal.
Fantastic.
And I've got souvenirs that I brought back from Ireland. I got a drum and a whistle. And now I'm going to play you a pre-recorded version of the Maid Behind the Bar. So I'll just share my screen and share the sound.
Wow, I found that really quite emotional, Carrie. It's beautiful. I love that music. And like someone was saying on the chat, if you feel like you're in a pub, I hope that's a compliment, because it was about a maid behind the bar. It's stunning. It makes me wish there were 4 of you that we could take wherever we went, and then we could just bring you out with the singing and everything. It's just wonderful. What a lovely, lovely sound, and what a talent to be able to do all those different things. I love it. So you volunteered 4 times for 4 performances. Wow. Really, really brilliant. Wow, wow. It's amazing, and I think I'm kind of hoping this one will be a bit calmer. I need to just calm down a bit. It's all been so lovely so far. The next one is a really special item, and this one is a video as well. So we got away with the last video because I didn't know it was a video, but the next one definitely is a video, and it's going to be Sue Ward, one of Crystal Chords' previous directors, and a really lovely chance for her to introduce some photos, I think, to a little bit of music, but I'll let Sue introduce it properly, reminding Crystals of what went on in 2009, okay, when I believe Sue Ward was at the helm and exciting things happened. So if I could get everyone to turn their video off, who's able to, and then there's a better chance of it working. So if you're not sure, you go to the bottom of the screens, bottom left, and you'll see stop video, and you just press that, as I'm going to now. Okay, and then I'm going to throw to the wonderful sequined Sue Ward to take us forward, if you can find her. Okay, Sue Ward.
Hello, and I hope people can hear me and can see that.
Yes, and yes.
Yeah, can people see that?
Yep.
Sorry, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, our previous director, Angela, decided to leave us quite suddenly, just before Christmas 2008, and I was her assistant, so I sort of do an awful lot of sing-outs just before Christmas. The first one was the Manchester Amateur Choral Competition 2008, and that was the first of many. So I just put together a little slideshow of photographs with some of my highlights from that 12-month period. We had the MACC 2008, we had lots of Christmas gigs, we did Hazel Grove Music Festival where we won our class, lots of parties, we've done our full concerts, we went to the Eisteddfod in Llangollen, where we competed with the Westminster Chorus from America. If you don't know who they are, look them up on YouTube. They are fabulous. We had a trip to Prague, which was absolutely fantastic. And then to finish off my 12 months in charge, we did the Manchester Amateur Choral Competition again, and we won. So hopefully I'm going to play this now, and you'll see some pictures with a little bit of sound of one of the songs we did at the choral competition. Here we go. Director. I think it's my first time. don't know what James did there. Anyone remind me? Then we come to the MACC 2009. Manchester Airport. Filmed Coronation Stars. Coronation Stars again. And there we go. And there we go. So yeah, lots and lots of fun. We had so much fun that particular year. We did so, I can't believe how much we did when I was looking at the memories, and that was just a selection of what we did that year. So
Well,
there we go. There we go.
Sue, you're on mute.
am I back? Am I back in the room? Okay, cool. Thank you so much for that, Sue. I was just saying, I'm finding it all incredibly emotional, and I wasn't even there for any of it. So God knows what it's doing to the rest of you. I think with that soundtrack as well, it's just so, I don't know, it was almost a little bit hauntingly beautiful. But when you see all the achievements and all the things you ladies have done in various guises over 40 years, that's a long old time, isn't it? And what a wonderful moment for you to be stood there with that cup. How bonkers. It's just fabulous, isn't it?
We drank champagne out of that cup. We had another sing out that same day in the evening, and we all trooped off to the Lowry Hotel, I think it was, and I think Alison bought a champagne and we all had a sip. Does anyone else remember that?
Yeah.
I was chairman. I'd like to point out that it was Pat. Pat was treasurer, weren't you, Pat? And we had a very quick conflab and decided that chorus could probably stretch to a few bottles. Prosecco. I'm going to say it was Prosecco.
Yeah, it was still lovely.
It's absolutely brilliant and just amazing things. And that was your birthday, Alison, was it? On the
Yeah, that was my 30th birthday. So we did a book themed fancy dress, my best friend and I, and chorus came, and I think that was the first time a lot of my friends and family had seen chorus, because if they weren't local they'd not been to anything. But there was a huge amount of contribution on the fancy dress outfits from Crystal Chords, which was very much appreciated.
Brilliant. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, so I was going to throw in that sort of memory music, but we seem to be doing it anyway. Is there anything else anyone would like to say after that run that Sue's given that naturally follows on before I go to the next act? I can't see hands if anyone's waving at me over there. No. Okay. Switching between the two. Okay. Cool. But it's yeah, really lovely stuff. So fantastic, and thanks for putting that all together. So it just must be lovely to relive it in a way and think about it again.
It was very enjoyable to do.
Brilliant. Right, so I'm going to move on now, and we are going to go a little bit international here. And I see fittingly a number of you are wearing spangly berets, which is very suitable for our next act, because this lady's got an awful lot of previous for singing on social media, all over Facebook. And we could not have a performance night tonight without hearing from the lovely Celine. So without further ado, all I know is it's a song, and I'm hoping it's in French. So I give you the wonderful, the sequined Celine.
Oh God, after all this, my God, I'm crying. Jesus, I haven't seen any of those pictures before, Sue. Jeez, they were so emotional. My lashes are going to fall off.
I have thousands of pictures.
God, I mean, unbelievable, absolutely brilliant, love it. So I feel a little bit like, you know, like a fluke now for what I'm going to do next. Sue asked me, would you do something in French? You know, she has followed my chanson du jour and obviously loved it. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll do something in French if I can have the tech to work. You know what? I didn't sleep last night trying to figure out what I'm going to sing. I had about 5 or 6 songs on the list, and I was trying to find something that was kind of meaningful. So I've decided that because at Crystal Chords, and I know for sure that we're all a little bit of a Eurovision contest, you know, like followers and admirers and maybe a bit groupie, you know. I've known some people having Eurovision contest parties. I thought it'd be fitting to actually do the French song that won the Eurovision contest in 1977 for France. And I'm sure you might have actually heard it because it's quite popular. So the song is called L'Oiseau et l'Enfant, and it's from an artist called Marie-Myriam. So now I need to do things like sharing my screen. So hopefully, hang on, I need my glasses to do that. So hopefully now you're going to hear what I'm playing and you should still be seeing me, okay? So this is Marie-Myriam singing L'Oiseau et l'Enfant. Comme l'oiseau bleu, il roule en la terre. hopefully this works. And you all heard it.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Celine. That was really lovely. When you, I don't know if you'll be able to play back the chat, because there's no way you'd have had a chance or thought to look at it. But it was, there was loads of lovely stuff, and including the fact, which really made me laugh, that Nicole said that she snogged someone called David Barker when that song won at Eurovision. Which, so it's bringing back memories.
Brilliant, I love it.
And he apparently was very fit, but we still haven't blossomed out which David Barker it is.
Oh, glad you like it.
Fabulous, thank you. And again, just to reiterate, what a thing. You're there performing to a screen on your own. I know it's insane, but it was really lovely. So thank you very much for doing that. Brilliant, right, we've only got 2 acts left in the first half before we go to a sort of interval-y type thing. And the first of these I have got written down as simply a story. So it's a memory sort of story from something that happened to Crystal Chords in the 1990s. And the lady who's going to deliver this tale is our very own sequined Gill Irwin. Da, da, da.
Hello. Thank you, Sue.
To you, Gill.
You just stop sharing your audio first, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. What?
Celine, just press stop sharing your computer sound first. Go on, Jill, sorry.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's just a very quick, short story about something that happened that sticks in my mind. Some people will remember this story, probably be able to add to it, actually. I'm going to go back to 1995. Were you all born then? I think so.
Not Sophie Barker.
Ooh, there's always one. There's always one. Oh, I can see you, Laura, on my screen, but not me. Is that right? Anyway, can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay. So 1995, I was the MD of Crystal Chords, and we were rehearsing for convention that year, and we were doing a couple of rain songs. Believe it or not, we liked our rain songs way back then, and we'd had a break this particular rehearsal. And I was chivvying everybody back onto the risers. Come on, girls, we've got to go. You know what it's like, getting back on the risers. And Nora Bagley, baritone, as was, our lovely Nora, was looking in a music bag at the back of the room. I said, come on, Nora, hurry up. So I actually ran across the room to get to the risers. We all heard this mighty bang. And she'd snapped her Achilles tendon. I know. So in agony and in this kind of position, people ran to her aid. Most people didn't know what had happened. Poor woman ended up in a plaster cast for weeks on end and had to sit. If you look at the 1995 convention photo, poor Nora had to sit in the middle on a stool. Didn't have riser chairs in those days. You just had to like risk your life and limb on a stool in the middle of the risers, I think. Anyway, that wasn't the end. So that was poor Nora. Anyway, in the week, I was distraught. Felt terrible. Felt like it was my fault. Felt awful. And then during the following week, I got a call from one of the front row leads. I fractured my arm. I'm in a cast and I've got a sling on. And I was like,
my slingshot.
Oh my God. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? She's on the front row. She's on the front row. I think we only had about 8 on the front row. Anyway, so that was another one. And we were due to go on the coach to Harrogate on this particular, I think it must have been a Friday morning. And I was living at home with Mum. So Mum and I drove into Gatley to get on the coach. And I'd been really stressed out all week about Louise with a sling, and somebody had an eye infection. I can't remember who that was. And poor Nora in a cast. I was really, really stressed out. Anyway, it was all going ahead. We're getting on the coach. Mum got on the coach first. And for some reason, I was held back. I can't remember why or how they did it. Anyway, finally climbed on board the coach, turned round and looked at the whole chorus, who were all decked out in eye patches, slings, bandages, casts, you name it. Every single member had something wrapped around their heads, arms, legs, wrists. I wasn't very happy. I didn't take it very well. I think I just cried inside a chair. But looking back, it was very funny, apart from the people who were literally, you know, really actually injured. But that really sticks in my mind. That's the end of my story.
I love it. Thank you, Gill. And I'm still, I'm horrified by the fact you can actually hear when someone's Achilles tendon snaps.
I know. It was really loud. Really loud. Does anyone else remember that?
We thought it was really
That must
fun.
have been Adrian's idea. Your idea, Aid. Oh my God.
Was that, it was Adrian's idea?
Oh, absolutely. Everything was Adrian's idea. Definitely her fault.
Any memory I've got of Crystal Chords was Adrian's idea.
Gill, I apologise.
Can you remember my face, Adrian, when I saw everybody?
And we thought, we've dropped one here.
Oh, funny.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Wow. Well, that's great. Thank you, Gill. Just labelled Adrian as trouble. She's still trouble, I think. She's trouble in music theory. Always trouble. Okay, brilliant. Right, we've got one more act before we go into a sort of interval-y time where, well, I'll explain that in a minute. But we'll have a chance to sort of go to the loo, top up your drinks, and I think I'll probably build in a few minutes just to chat or do things because there's so much going on. We just kind of need to breathe for a few minutes as well after that. But before all of that, we've had a performance come in from Sheila Taylor, and I was looking for Sheila Taylor on the screens because I don't know Sheila Taylor. Is Sheila Taylor with us on the screens? Does anyone know?
No, she's not ended up joining us. She's asked for us to send her the tape, so I've still got her performance ready to go.
Cool. So we're gonna.
She's with us in spirit.
Yeah, fabulous. So for those of you who know Sheila, she has. Well, I don't know if that I will introduce what it is. I think we might leave it as a surprise. It's largely a surprise to me and Laura, but it's a serious piece from Sheila Taylor. And so, yeah, so thank you very much, Sheila, when you see this recording. What a great thing to send in, and what a shame you're not with us tonight, but thank you very much. And we'll all be thinking of you as we enjoy what comes next. So here's a wonderful sequined Sheila Taylor.
Well, I went for a stroll just the other day. I come in at the paper shop, and what did he say? He said, hey, you bill, you owe 3 weeks if you don't pay up. We're gonna break your knees. I what? Talking to me the other night, he said, you pull me to the match, cause there's gonna be a fight. I said, no, I don't want a fight. I'm off down the tip because I fancy a bite. What? Are you coming down the chimney? What? Are you coming down the chimney? I was waiting at the bus stop for the 105 when this voice comes over, loud and loud. She turns to her and she says, what's your game? Why don't you let us a fag? And what was her name? It wasn't Berlin or Debbie or Jane. It wasn't Kevin. It wasn't Wayne. It was Maxine. It was Maxine. And what does she say? She says, lend us a fat Maxine, I'm gasping. Lend us a fat Maxine, I'm gasping. I what? Are you coming down the chimney? Lend us a fat Maxine, I'm gasping. I what? Are you coming down the chimney? Lend us a fat Maxine, I'm gasping. In the comfort of my home, when my niece is interrupted by me start on the phone, she goes, I'm an Aston's right. I've got the shopping in and it's not so big in lights and get your car around here. And you look the night. Gus says I, I'm very nearly can. She goes, no, that be right. She really makes a fuss at me up for suggestion that she go and get the bus. I'm an Aston's right. I'm an Aston's right. Linda's a back magazine. I'm guessing I right. Oh, what? Are you coming down the chimney? I'm an Aston's right. Linda's a back magazine. I'm guessing I right. Oh, what? Are you coming down the chimney? So I went to the boat for some food and fries. Well, comes up, nice and easy. The boy says, hi, it's your round. It's the last story, so off you're bound. Get the feeling, double up, get the feeling, double up. I'm an Aston's right. Linda's a fat magazine. I'm guessing I right. Oh, what? Are you coming down the chimney? Get the feeling, double up. I'm an Aston's right. Linda's a fat magazine. I'm guessing I right. Oh, what? Are you coming down the chimney? Get the feeling, double up. Are you right or what? 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 Hey.
I bet you weren't expecting that.
I was so glad that she did that, because I'd sent her a message because it's all I heard about for ages when I first joined Crystal Chords. And I thought, oh, I wish I'd seen it. And somebody said, oh, it was never recorded. So I sent her a message. I said, please, can you do it for this night? So I'm really glad she did.
Well, it's fabulous, and it's definitely recorded now. The thing is, I was watching it and thinking, oh, well, never mind. Lockdown's obviously taken its toll. And then these messages were coming up about having done it before. And this was a well-known routine. So fabulous. And what a game lady. What a shame she's not here tonight. And clearly lots of you have seen that live. And is it every retreat or is it a particular?
One of many that she did retreats. She was fabulous.
Brilliant. And I really like the flag hanging out the mouth. I think that's a tiny bit of finessing going on there. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, brilliant. Well, with complete class, Sheila has brought us to the end of the first half. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little breather. It's on my machine, it says 8:47. And what we have is our lovely MD, Monica, who we'll also be hearing from at the end of the night, has put together some photos to some music. And I think this lasts a few minutes. And Monica will be able to tell you in a minute when I throw to her. And so we'll probably watch that and then sort of feel free to go off, lose, top up drinks, whatever, and then just be in and out and come back and unmute yourselves and try and have a chat, even though there's about 50 of us. Or do what you like, basically, after Monica's little montage. And we'll sort of formally restart proceedings, let's say at, should we say 5 past, should we go for 9 o'clock? Is 9 o'clock? No, we'll go for 9 o'clock formal restart. And one other thing, if you were lucky enough this week to receive something suspicious in the post, which said don't open until today, I want you to bring that still sealed back to the start of the second half. So if you have one of those suspicious envelopes in your house, please bring it back to the start of the second half, still sealed. Okay, and with that, I am going to throw to our wonderful sparkly MD, Monica. I can't see where she is. She must be on the other screen.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, just I've got a little something that I put together. It started out being a little project, maybe for the labs thing, but haven't really got the spot on audio that I want to go with it. But I thought I'd do a bit of a dry run using some of the photographs that we've got from the archives up to present day. So it's kind of a little trip down 40 years with a little bit of music behind it. It's not 40 clips of 40 songs by any stretch. I think it's only like 4 or 5. But it just gives you a flavour of the kind of sound that Crystal Chords had back then. And well, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's just a little bit of fun, and I'll apologise now if it jumps around. You will be able to see it again later. It will be made available. But if you want to turn off your video so that it minimises bandwidth, then that's also fine. I shall now share my screen so that you can see it. I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Some faffing around. And yeah, here we go. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. I pressed play. Don't do this to me. Start it again. Yeah. Sorry. I'll just take it back to the end so you can see what that was. So that's it. Sorry about that. I should have left it going.
That was fab.
Crop it out of the recording, and you can just keep it as it is. So, hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of fun. I'll try and get some clearer audio for whatever we submit to labs. Maybe
it was stunning. It was absolutely stunning. Thank you, Monica. And I suspect no one's gone anywhere. I certainly.
And it's 3 minutes to 9. I'm going to go top the glass up. I don't know about anybody else.
Revise that to 9:05. So go and do anything you need to do. Definitely top up your glasses because you'll need them for the dubious performances in the second half by myself. And we'll do 9:05 and just stay and chat or whatever.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Kimberly.
My friend, me Julie.
I'm here, Kimberly.
Oh,
it's brilliant, Sarah.
It was really good.
You didn't fluff a word. It was all really good.
Yeah.
I don't fluff a word. I practiced it a lot.
Sarah, it was excellent.
Thanks, Mazza.
I loved it. I loved it. I knew as soon as you started it, I started laughing.
I've got a whole host of Victoria Wood songs up.
Excellent. Excellent. Can't wait for the next one.
At the right opportunity, she'll be out again. Oh, dear.
I have to change some of the words nowadays, though.
Why?
Well, it's all right for us, but well, I say us as in us, but well, it's a bit non-PC.
So what? It's what it is.
There was nothing.
Marian's the least PC person, surely.
It's what it is. It's we found it funny then. We'll find it funny now. It's in the era it was in.
I don't think anybody knows what a hostess trolley is these days.
I do.
I've got one.
I mean, young people. Not you.
Hey, I'm young.
Got one now.
Sophie,
yeah, I've got my mum's actually, Baz. I've got my mum's old hostess trolley that comes out for Christmas. But
useful.
I actually would like a hostess trolley. Yes. Like I did genuinely look into, can you still buy a hostess trolley? Where
yes,
from?
Can.
Yeah, you can
still buy them.
You can. Oh, funny.
The couple that I clean for on a Monday have one. They've got one.
Yeah.
Started it up to match the kitchen and everything. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would.
Do they actually use it, Marion?
They use it at Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a hostess trolley for about 3 days of the year, and then that's it. Nobody else. They should just be able to. Somebody could do a sterling job in just hiring them out for a week at Christmas.
Yeah. I've got a hot plate one that has a bain-marie thing on the top, so you can use it as either a flat hot plate or as a bain-marie that's got things on. And I use that at Christmas. I bought it a couple of years ago, and it's ace stuff like entertaining for,
the masses.
Well, Christmas is ideal because you want to be with your family, don't you? You don't want to be in the kitchen cooking all the time. So you can cook a lot of stuff in advance and put it in there, and it'll stay perfect for an hour and a half at least.
Then that gives you time to crack open the champagne.
Absolutely. Actually, it makes it so that I can cook before I'm pissed.
Yeah, that's always good. We've all been on holiday with you, Marion, when you're in charge.
Yeah, we know what you like, Marion.
bubbles have gone to my head. I've had bubbles for weeks.
Are we in a little group of our own here? Or what?
I didn't realise how big that glass is. I nearly filled half a bottle of bloody champagne.
I've just been told not to talk. So, hello, Marion. Where have you gone?
Let's get more wine.
I'm here.
Oh, hello. There's she's come back again.
Not for a refill, that's all. You've forgotten what one of those is,
You,
haven't you?
dear, I've not seen you for a while.
No, I've not seen anybody for a while.
Oh, right.
Jill, I have to say, he upstaged you.
What?
Oh yeah, that jacket is just
Jake upstaged you.
Oh, Jill.
When?
Yeah.
Well,
When
you
you
were
were
doing
telling
the
your
thing.
story.
It was very funny.
What was he doing?
Right.
He was just in the back corner and he was just very funny.
You'll see the recording, babe.
Saying no, I didn't do anything, no.
I have
I had no idea.
It was very funny.
He usually does upstage me, but he's usually doing a dance up and down behind me, and then he does a full-on shimmy and a samba.
He didn't need to. He didn't need to be dressed like James Bond, sat in the corner.
He was. Jill, has Jake got some crystals on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's got
How many crystals?
actual.
Oh wow!
Oh, Jake, that is pretty good.
Crystals.
Excellent.
This is his Strictly Come Dancing jacket.
Yeah, thanks Maria as well.
I think I might need a biscuit.
Well, I have to say, I have loved this tonight. It's been really good.
That's what we normally do.
That's good every week.
Drink and laugh.
Here's all.
What are you drinking now? Me?
Prosecco.
Oh my word! Never seen.
Oh, well done. I've had 2 Negronis already. That was my cocktail. I didn't get in time for the 5 bottle of prosecco, but I did make Negronis.
Well, I put peach schnapps in mine, my first one.
Yeah,
it was quite disgusting. So I'll take it away. Wash the glass out of the prosecco now.
Yeah, the mango's ruining my
I got my shoe and bag, proper shoe and bag glass full of Kir Royal.
Are we on the same glass?
I don't do prosecco, so I went for champagne.
Yeah, well done, Celine. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I've got a diamond crystals glass that I've not got out. I don't know why I'm doing that.
I think one of my friends bought that glass for me, for my birthday years ago.
I'm finding mine.
I didn't think I drank too much. I've just been to the loo and I've scraped my elbow. I banged into the door, scraped my elbow, and it's really hurting now.
Hey.
Honestly, 2 glasses of champagne and anybody's. Honestly,
Carole. We've always known that, Carole.
Good girl. Cheers.
What are you on, Sarah?
Oh, I'm on Pimm's.
Tinned Pimm's. What's
Pimm's?
What's the alcohol thing in that?
What are you drinking, Gabby? What are you drinking?
The cocktail. Peach.
Oh, what's the alcohol? Oh, the cocktail thing.
Mine's mango.
Are you fairly tipsy now?
Oh, that's good.
Ian, that's my one.
Oh, nice glass.
Oh,
I think it's the same. I think it's the same make as Monica's because it's got a cocktail recipe on the bottom.
Mine has
as well.
recipe as well.
Yeah.
Mine's got one as well.
Oh.
In fact, the Crystal Chords bought me this glass when we, after a convention, when I'd done the choreography. I think it must have been some one where we practiced, and I got it from the Crystal Chords, and I use it every day. And it's got a cocktail recipe on it.
Every day, cocktail.
Well, every day a Bacardi and Coke with mid-meal. I used to drink before lockdown.
Never drank before. I can't believe it. It's drinking every day now.
Oh.
Well, maybe when the sun's out.
It's the pool. It's the pool.
I am not ashamed. I am drinking every day. So
I've been having wine
anyway.
I'm not tired.
Sarah, are you actually drinking proper alcohol though?
Oh yeah, it's 5.4%. And then
it's what?
6.4.
No, 5. Those Pims are 5.4% each, but no, I drink Bacardi and Diet Coke most days.
Did you not see the bar, Maz?
Oh, have you not seen the bar, Maz?
No, I've not seen the bar.
Well, I've got me Bacardi in an optic. Let me show you. Which
All
way
round to Sarah's when the lockdown's over.
I will
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Wowzers. I can't see it. Mirrored bar.
I can't see it. Where is it?
Sarah's pretty dry.
That's it.
Oh my word.
She's working her way through it.
Okay.
It's the Rover's return.
I'll be there after lockdown.
And then when you've had a drink, you go outside.
And then fall in the pool.
Yeah.
In a pool.
Can I bring Joseph when I come?
Yeah. We don't mix the pool with the alcohol yet.
Yeah.
I like the got any accidents. Michael
I'd drink in a plastic glass.
Yes.
And then Sarah knocked us over.
Got the envelope. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Can we start?
What's the envelope? I didn't get an envelope. What's this about?
I didn't.
Sue's going to do it now, Marion.
Yeah, it's the second half. Are we all good for the second half? I've got Carrie. But who knows where everyone is, really? I've got...
Sue?
Yeah.
Sue, can I just say something, please?
Yeah.
A little message from Stephanie, sending her love to everybody and how much she loves you all. Very well to know that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, should we crack on?
Steph, you'll get to see the video afterwards, I'm sure. Here's to you, Steph.
Has Anne-Marie disappeared? She gone?
I'm not sure. I've only got so many on the screen, so I can't.
Right.
I think she said she had to go off and then was trying to get back on again because.
Right. Okay. I know. She told me she wasn't going to make it tonight because she was
No,
busy.
she's here.
Yeah. Is she still there?
She's here. She's just she's here.
Back in the room.
Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm marking. I'm just listening to the frivolity, but I am marking at the moment.
That's all right. Just want to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, thank you. It'll be fine. I'm not doing anything, so you know, it's another day.
When are you going to have your first drink?
The girls are putting a picnic, a socially distanced picnic on in my mate's garden on Saturday if it's not raining. If it's raining, then we probably won't do anything. And then my mum said, does she want me to do me a birthday tea? So I said, yeah, do me a birthday tea. That'll be nice. So yeah, it'll be a lockdown birthday, won't it? You see, so it is what it is.
Thing is, we've got Anne-Marie and a screen here. Can we all raise our glasses?
We can. She can.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thanks so much. But yeah, no, I am listening. I think there's been some cracking acts this evening. So yeah, it's been great.
It's going to get worse, I'm afraid.
Listen, it's fine. It's fine. It's very brave of people to put themselves forward, isn't it? Really.
It
so,
is.
You know what? Nobody else
wouldn't do it.
Well, yeah, exactly. We
Right.
yeah.
Laura, can you mute everyone, please, in a power mute?
Sue, can I just say something, Sue?
Yes.
As the chair, we do have some other birthdays. We have Anne-Marie's birthday and other people's birthdays. I keep privately messaging people, but they're not replying. At the end, when Monica's doing the toast and things, can we sing happy birthdays to those people?
Yeah,
Anne-Marie, stay to the end, please. Thank you.
I will do. I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Right, power mute.
Power mute.
Yeah, come back.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, welcome back to the second half. I'm pleased you've come back. Pleased you're all still there. I'm pleased you're still drinking. Adrian?
I've had a message from Sue Livesey saying that their computer's gone down.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's being recorded, so yeah. Okay, that's a shame. But Okay, so yeah, welcome back. As I said, I'm pleased you're still drinking, and I deliberately put my little offering in the second half so you'll all be well oiled and resign it to the distant memories, hopefully, once it's happened. But before we get on to that, I just firstly want to thank Monica, because we sort of rolled all her photos and then disappeared. So thank you for doing that, Monica. It's fabulous. I know you're going to tweak it and whir it and all sorts of things, but it's just extraordinary when you run a succession of history like that. It really brings 40 years home again, how long that is, and the different guises, and my God, the different outfits that this this chorus has worn, stroke, been subjected to, stroke, enjoyed. So yeah, fabulous, fabulous to see. So thank you for doing that. Right, let's get on to the envelopes. So if you have an envelope, wave it in the screen. Okay, and I'm hoping that, well, let's leave it as a surprise. You can open your envelopes now. I've got one as well. Okay, and hopefully what those people are seeing as Sarah Hicks is holding hers up, or this was Sequin's Laura Orton's wonderful idea of designing, as she did. These are bespoke certificates for the completion of your music theory classes, all the arduous 5 of them, signed and sealed. You're the only people ever to attend this course ever, and you are the only holders of such certificates. And being in on that, I was sent one as well. I didn't
get one. I didn't get one.
Oh, you should have one, Carole. We'll rectify that. I'm afraid deliveries have been a little up the spout with the global pandemic, but you should have had one. It's been made. We'll make another.
So if it doesn't arrive in a couple of days, I'll do you another one.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Oh. And I got a certificate congratulating me on making you make sense of the dots, which hopefully we did. So thanks, Laura. That's a fabulous idea, and just a bit of extra madness, as if there wasn't enough going on tonight. Oh, was that you, Tim? Yeah. Oh, I thought we were about to have a power cut here, which would have been tricky. But it's my husband on the Prosecco, leaning on the light. So that's all right. Okay, right. This is a strange one. I'm just sending him out because this is now my slot. I felt it was rude, really, for me to expect other people to perform things on Zoom and put themselves in a ludicrous position if I didn't do the same thing. So my offering to you is a little poem that I wrote some years ago now, and it's a ludicrous poem. And for some reason, I decided just for the Sequin Spectacular to try and embellish it with a little bit of piano music as well, which has made it even more ludicrous. And so this is a little bit of an experimental journey. So we'll see what happens. It's essentially about a bird, a grouse, in fact, and a grouse who is living in a typical grouse sort of location, but has great ideas. She dreams of stardom, the bright lights of fame, and it is entitled More Than the More. So move the bits and pieces around. Phyllis the grouse was no ordinary bird, a one-off, unique, not one of the herd. She lived with her family high up on the wall, but to Phyllis, quite frankly, her life was a bore. Phyllis, she wanted more than the more, not like all her hundreds of family before. She craved for the city, the bright lights, the fame, and sadly for Phyllis, the bright lights, they came. Well, surrounded by heather and awfully bad weather, she decided enough was enough. So she said her goodbyes and took to the skies, but very soon ran out of puff. For you and I know that a grouse is quite slow and tends to be really quite plump. 6 flaps and squawk, she may as well walk, then she nosedived to earth with a bump. Well, now undeterred, the stubborn old bird decided to just use her feet. And with eyes open wide, she took her first stride. Phyllis was not easily beat. She strode on for days, just looking for ways to get to the edge of the moor. Then out of the blue, a sound that was new, a low-pitched and rumbling roar. Too excited to speak, she just followed her beak to seek out the source of the sound. And as she moved on, the heather was gone, and Phyllis was breaking new ground. Phyllis now stopped, and half her beak dropped, in amazement at what she could see. A vast winding track, all smooth, sleek and black, and bright lights. Could this really be? Now you and I know that this was a road, and the bright lights were really a car. But sadly a grouse has slightly less nous, and Phyllis stepped out on the tar. This was a dream, or so it would seem, and the bright lights just beckoned her on. Fixed in their glare, she just didn't care that ambition might all soon be gone. With a thud and a crack, she was knocked to her back as the lights seemed to roar overhead. And with one wing now gone, but the other still on, poor Phyllis was just left for dead. And Phyllis just wanted to be on the moor, just like all the hundreds of family before. She hated the city, the bright lights, the fame. She just wanted the more and more of the same. Now taking great care with one wing not there, she struggled back onto her feet. And battered and sore, she returned to the moor and collapsed in a huge bog of peat. Now Phyllis the grouse is an ordinary bird, not one-off, unique, just one of the more. She lives with her family high up on the moor, with only one wing less than she had before. And Phyllis just wants to be on the moor, just like all the hundreds of family before. She loves all that heather, that weather, and yes, she just loves her home, no more and no less. So, mad.
Poor Phyllis.
Poor Phyllis, exactly. Poor cocktailed Phyllis, that's what I say. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to move on to our next act, which I've written here is a dramatic story. So I'm looking forward to this. And this comes from the realms of amateur dramatics. And for this, we are going to our very own Sequin. I can't even see where she is because she's not on my screen, but I'm hoping she's there. The wonderful Mary, oh, there she is. Mary Clarke, over to you.
Hello, thank you very much, Sue. Very entertaining stories. We've already been back to 1995 with Gill. Well, I'm going to go back a little bit further to the 1970s, which I know is a bit last century, but hey. I know a number of us have been members of the amateur dramatic and operatic societies over the years, and probably before we actually discovered barbershop. So I know that some of these little tips you might actually recognise. For instance, do you remember the makeup we used to wear in those far off days? It was thick pancake. We even had a little blob of red in the eye there and a little white line there. I don't know why that was. Also, if you had an audience and the show went on beyond about 10 past 10, everybody got up and left because you had to go and get the last bus. Okay, yeah, lots of memories to come anyway. So, in 1975, I was in the Morecambe Warblers. Okay, that's a great name. The Morecambe Warblers Amateur Operatic Society, they were pretty good. They performed at the Winter Gardens Theatre in Morecambe. It's a little bit run down, but hey, it was the 70s. I loved it. It was great. Anyway, okay. They did very good shows, the Warblers. I'd like you to imagine The Lion King. Oh, well, maybe not quite The Lion King, but certainly we did use real animals. The show I was in 75 was the White Horse Inn. Now, it's not a horse, don't worry, there's no horses in this. And I auditioned for and got the part of Zenzi, who was the goat girl. Zenzi had to come on with a goat, okay, singing a cappella, even before I'd even heard of it, singing unaccompanied with the goat, singing whatever, I can't remember, say a few lines. I definitely can't remember that. And then walk off with the goat. Oh, goodness me. We did this every night. You know, we did 7 shows a week in those days. 7 shows, which was huge. And we get to about Thursday. And Thursday seems to be the day when things go a bit wrong. Let me tell you this story about me and my goat. My goat was brought to me every day by the farmer or whoever, I can't remember, and about 30 minutes before curtain up, and I would go outside, meet the goat again, have a little cuddle, get used to her, then bring her back inside, and we would just wait backstage until it was time to go on. Well, on Thursday, the goat simply hadn't arrived, and the overture's starting, and I'm there waiting, and well, we decided never mind, just go on without it, didn't really matter. But finally she did arrive. The farmer brought her, oh my goodness, just in time for us to go on with the goat, singing la 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 la, and the audience always sort of go, you know, when they did that. But on this occasion, when we got to the middle of the stage, they were sort of tittering. The audience doesn't usually titter at this bit. And I could hear this trickling noise, okay? Oh my God. And this goat was doing a wee right beside me. And it was a big wee. It wasn't just a little tittle, it was a big wee. Oh my God. And I could see it flowing down the stage, which was sloped towards the orchestra pit, and the MD is there. I could see his eyes going, oh my God, what is this coming towards me? Ooh, I just wanted the stage to open up and take me. I'd done quite a bit of stage work by then, but nothing had prepared me for this, and I'm looking off stage, what should I do? And somebody's there saying, keep singing, keep singing. So I kept singing, oh my God. But my ordeal was not quite over, because my little goat decided to do a poo as well. Oh my God. The audience was obviously in uproar at this, and I'm just thinking, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. Okay. I'm saying, keep singing. I'm going, oh my God. Fortunately, one of the characters played a waiter, and he came on with a sweeping brush and a mop. And I'm hoping that he actually got to mop up the wee before it got to the orchestra pit. But I have to say, I don't know, because I moved off that stage with my goat as quick as you can possibly drag a goat off a stage like that. The things I have had to do. I've actually got a picture of this because my story made the local papers. Okay, so in a minute I'm going to share the screen with you and show you a picture of me, age 14, 100 million years ago. And also I have heard that story told by a different MD, as if he had been the MD on the night that my goat disgraced herself. But it wasn't him. Okay, so watch out for frauds and fakes. I'm your goat girl. I'm the one that was embarrassed by a stage-struck goat who wanted to go to the toilet. Anyway, let me show you this picture. It's just a picture. Okay, can you still hear me? I'm just gonna stop the share. Okay. There's just one other little thing about the amateur dramatics. I was in the White Horse Inn a second time in Sale with the Trafford Margaritians. And this time I played Ottiline, the romantic lead. And I was singing a duet with some bloke, I can't remember, some bloke. I was singing this duet as I'm supposed to be singing. My husband, Derek, was actually one of the stage hands, a part of a team, and they were given the wrong cue, and I'm singing, la 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 la, and they started moving the set behind me. And do you know what song I was singing? Happy Cows. So I am never doing anything with animals ever again. Thank you for listening. Yay! Woo! That was good. Thank you.
It's absolutely bonkers. I was kind of, I don't know if I was hoping or dreading, but I kind of knew there was going to be a poo as well. It was all kind of heading that way.
Oh, it was just awful. Really.
Did it end up pouring on someone in the orchestra?
I'm afraid I didn't find that out. I was too busy running away.
Show must go on.
Show must go on. Who said that earlier? Julie.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for that. That's great. Okay, right. I think at this point, yes, I think I will. And I'm going to pick, just because I want to see those golden teeth again, Gabby. Do you have a memory you'd like to share with us?
Okay. I can share a memory from my first convention. And this is what we wore at the first convention. That was it's a jumpsuit. It's the only thing I have with sequins, I'm afraid. And I'm afraid it's Adrian again, who's the bad influence. So we were lined up, you know, really quiet, about to go on stage. And I think she could tell I was very, very nervous. And she turned to me and she went, "You see that man there?" It was like one of the backstage guys. She went, "He's got a piercing in his willy." I forgot all about being very nervous. I was thinking about willy piercing.
All the things to have in your mind.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that memory at all. That's beautiful. Flash, can you give us a flash of those teeth, please? I say carefully. Are they still gold?
No, I don't think they're gold anymore.
Right.
Fantastic. Cool. Right. I'm scrolling around and I'm going to pick on Michelle, because last time I saw Michelle, she was drinking Prosecco in my theory class just to get through it.
It wasn't that bad. Oh God. Right, yeah, so just trying to think of the year. It was either 2007 or 9. I'm sure it's September 2007 when I joined Crystal Chords. And the very first sing-out performance that I ever did was, I'm sure it was at Christmas time. People can just clarify this. And it was for Britain's Got Talent, that we'd actually got onto Britain's Got Talent. And so it was in Manchester, and I just remember the experience of it like being first ever performance to a massive audience with the likes of Simon Cowell and Amanda Holden and such, and it was just madness, and it was just an experience to remember. It was brilliant but mad as well. So and that just gave me the excitement to sing on stage, but it was just rather like mad at the time though, and we did get that which was like,
what did Simon Cowell say about barbershop?
It was an experience that one will never forget. So yeah, I'm sure other people remember it as well. Yeah.
Fantastic, good stuff. Right, okay, I'm going to roll on because it's already 9:30, which is amazing. So I'm going to introduce our next fabulous sequined act, and this lovely lady is going to sing a ballad for us, and I can see she's ready and in position, and she's going to sing Rise Up by Andra Day. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And she is, of course, the wonderful Sequiny Gill. Over to you, Gill.
Thank you, Sue. I've gone extremely nervous.
I can't hear
I'm a
you.
little bit tipsy because I haven't had bubbles. Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot I plugged this microphone in. I'm a little bit tipsy. So it's a bad salad that I'm going to sing. No, it's not. No, it's not a sad song. It's a song I heard about, well, at the beginning of the lockdown. It was just at the end of a Pilates class, and I heard this song and I just thought, oh my God, I love this song. It's just gorgeous. And it just made me think of you all. And so now every time I hear it, it's like, it's about us, and it's about hope, and it's about what we're going to do when all this is hopefully over. So please enjoy. I hope it's going to be all right. Ooh, might do a sound check. We might turn the piano on. That would help, wouldn't it? Oh God, Jake's left the room. He's having a teenage. Oh my God, my mother's going to play and sing. It's going to be an awful kind of scenario. How does that sound? Can we hear piano and voice? Can we hear piano and voice?
Yay!
Yay. I'll start and see how we go. You're broken down and tired and living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, and we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we can walk it out. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and you know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take it to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again for you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise high. We will rise, and I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up high like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again for you, for you, for you, for you.
Difficult to speak, really.
I've got a crying boy as well.
I'm not surprised you got a crying boy. We can barely hear you, Gill, because you're off mic, but it was utterly, I don't know, really. I was kind of devastated and stunned, and it was lovely and heart-rending and marvellous, and apologies. I wish you could all speak. I feel bad that I'm the only one who gets to speak. I hope I've echoed most things there. There was not a dry eye in the house. It was just beautiful. What a beautiful moment, really. And who would have thought you can have moments like that over Zoom? It's a lovely thing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make everyone cry. It was supposed to be uplifting.
Well, you have. And I'm kind of thinking I should have saved my shambolic Phyllis for after that. Pull everyone off the floor. But no, instead, we are going to get Hat-Trick to do that, because Hat-Trick have virtually got together, and they have pre-recorded something, a tag for this evening. So I think it's probably a lovely time for me to throw to the Sequin Laura Autumn for that, and then we can all try and regroup in the meantime. So it is, it's videos off, isn't it, Laura, for this?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind videos off, and I can promise you this isn't going to make you cry sad tears. It might make you cry, what the flipping it. But certainly not sad tears or happy tears. I'll just show it. Where are we? Oh. Let's go.
When's it my turn? Would I love to explore the shore up above, out of the sea? Wish I could be.
It was just a short and sweet one for you all.
Short and sweet and fabulous and medicinal and
see that again?
Who'd have thought these would rescue us? I think it was lovely. Thank you, because that obviously I know some of you in certainly in Hat Trick have been really up against it, and Alison, we haven't really seen you, so thank you very much for putting the mad time in to to produce that serious piece of work as well. It's fabulous.
Can I just interject, tell you all as well, because she won't tell you herself. Sophie has officially finished all her university stuff, assuming she passed, which she will. She will have her masters.
Ooh. Should we raise a glass? Because I haven't had a drink for at least 5 seconds. Well done, Sophie.
Well done.
Well done, Sophie.
Well done, Sophie.
Well done, Sophie.
Okay, cool. So, well, we've just got a few items left, which is good because it's already 9:45, which is doesn't time fly when you're dragging yourself over the emotional coals. So next up, we have some tales from Thailand, and this is a fabulous tangent. Some memories by our very own wonderful chair, Carole, and she is going to be telling us some anecdotes from incredibly when she worked in the late 80s, early 90s in refugee camps in Thailand. So this should give us a shake up back to the back into another place. And without further ado, I'm going to hand over, again, I can't see her, she's on the other screen, to the wonderful crystally Carole McGlone, if she's there.
Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. I should say, Sawadee ka, Sabai my car, which means hello, how are you? I've just had a technical hitch. I missed half of Gill's song and I missed a bit of Hat Trick because my computer's crashed and I've had to reboot, whatever. Anyway, we're here now. So this is going to make you laugh, okay? So just all sit back, relax, have a drink. When we came back from Ireland at the airport, Alex Fyfe said to me, where's the strangest place that you've actually delivered a baby? And I said, oh, in a refugee camp in a bamboo hut in Thailand. And she went, oh, I wasn't expecting that. So I thought, well, actually, we've all got histories, we've all got lives, we've all done things. And I thought, oh, maybe people don't know that I worked in a refugee camp in my 20s. And I worked on the Thai-Cambodian border. And I was a midwife, and I was a project manager, and I worked in the mother-child health clinics. So I'm going to tell you a little story. I was always getting into trouble. I nearly got thrown out of Thailand twice, but that's not the story for today. That's another story. So I am a little bit tiddly, I'm sorry, and a bit emotional about tonight. It's been fabulous, so I'll just calm down. So Thailand. So I worked on the Thai-Cambodian border. We worked, we lived an hour's drive away from the camps, because the camps were in a war zone with a bordered Cambodia. Cambodians, they were the refugees from Cambodia with Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge. There was 250,000 people in the camp. There was a smaller camp called Ban That that I was working in, and we had Vietnamese boat people and Cambodians. So I have to tell you, in the Far East, if you go to the Far East, you're not allowed to touch a man who isn't your husband, okay? So no touchy-touchy of men. Bearing in mind, I was in my 20s, so just remember, no touchy-touchy. You're not allowed to sit near them. When you sit next to them, you're not allowed to touch them. So if I was going to see Gill at home and I saw her husband, Bill, I know Bill very well, we'd have a hug and a kiss. Yeah, hi, how are you? Sarah Hicks, husband, John, hi, how are you? You'd hug, but not in Thailand. No touchy-touchy, anybody of the opposite sex, unless he was your husband. Okay? So I went to the camp one day, and I worked with this lovely man called Yu Chai, who interpreted for me. He was very clever. He'd been a health worker in Cambodia, could speak Cambodian, Khmer, and Thai, and English and Vietnamese. So we were going to see a lady whose baby wasn't feeding, and he said to me, the baby's got a little mouth and the mother's got a big nipple. And I was like, oh, right, okay, we're going, I need you to go and see this baby. Okay. So the camp was big. There was thousands and thousands of people. And we had a bit in the centre, we had a big mother-child health clinic where we were. And then we had little mother-child health satellite clinics in areas. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll come with you. So it was too far to walk and we didn't want to drive. So we went on the bikes. So we went on these bikes, cycling along, everything's fine, got to the mother-child health clinic. Yu Chai was next to me on the bike on my left. So we turned right into the parallel into the clinic. So all the workers from the clinic were watching. So it had been raining, a bit like today, absolutely raining. It was muddy, soggy, everything. So we're cycling. He stopped. I stopped, but my whole bike slid down in the mud like this. So what do you do when you're falling? You just grab, don't you? You just grab to stop yourself falling. So what I did was I just grabbed the first thing that was there, held onto his pants. His pants were coming down. The other hand went onto his balls, everything, grabbed the whole lot. So remember, no touchy-touchy. Grabbed the whole lot, and I just went into slow motion thinking, because all I could think was this mud, I'm not falling in the mud, I'm not falling in the mud. Grabbing onto this poor man who was trying to keep his pants up, trying to help me up. All the workers are stood there watching, and I just thought, Carole, fall in the mud, just fall in the mud. So I just went flat in the mud, top to toe in the mud. So the workers all came up, Carole, you all right? Oh, you all right? Well, fortunately, I just started laughing and went, yeah, I'm absolutely fine, but Yu Chai might not be. He was walking around going, because I'd really grabbed him really hard. And you know, the funny, so I was laughing and I had to get mud off me and everything. The funny thing was, he never ever mentioned it to me, and I'm still in contact with him on Facebook. He's now living in San Diego. He's got children and grandchildren, so there was no damage done. So I do have more stories, like it's not on that day, but similar. But that's for another time. That's all I'm saying. That nature.
Thank you, Carole. That's, oh my God, if you could see what was in my head, I'm guessing it's what was there. Oh my God, just extraordinary. And I'm so pleased because when you said tales from a refugee camp and knowing you were a midwife, I was thinking, oh no, especially is it going to be highly emotional. So thank you very much for just a bit of, don't know, grabbing members. It was great. Brilliant. Okay. Now, well, it's 10 to 10, but I'm just going to try and cram this in because we had a last minute entry suggested from the crystally Alison Liddell sat there all innocently in the corner there, saying something about a video of a scratch quartet in SABS, I think she said, if I can remember, but I've had quite a lot to drink now as well. And I thought that might be quite nice. I don't know, is it minutes, Alison?
Yeah, it is. It's a few minutes, but I just remembered tonight that this existed. So I was looking for a photo in case I was picked on. Yeah, okay, you're right. I was looking for a photo in case I was picked on from memory. And then I went through my Facebook and I found this, which is a back of the room video of SABS 2011. So
oh my God,
this goes back to Adrian. Yay! It's another Adrian story. So.
Alison.
Yeah, I need you to turn your video off. I'll give you a little bit of an introduction. So 2011 SABS was their third convention. They were tiny organisation. And we went out as their guests. We weren't competing, but Crystal Chords were the guests. I'd just become LABS vice chairman. So it was all quite a new experience. I was only 3 weeks into being the vice chairman of LABS at that point, but I got to help on stage and things. And they did a scratch quartet competition. So Hat Trick is not my first competing quartet. I would like to say that. And I'd also like to say that my first time out, I did win a gold medal. So I do have high expectations for the rest of Hat Trick's career once we come out of these virtual times. But I thought, given that I found it, I'm going to try. And we thought maybe we'll go back to April 2011. And from the back of the room, I'll show you now the scratch quartet comprised of Sue Diacu, Adrian, myself, and the lovely Liz from Spangles. And this is Titanic. Can you hear any of it? Because it's so bad quality from the back of the room. I don't know how to make the sound better. I'm going to have to just go with it.
Can't hear anything, Alison. Can you share computer sound, Monica suggested?
I can't see, hang on. Am I not sharing? I don't know what I'm doing then. Can you see the video?
Is Laura...
if you stop share,
yeah,
and press share screen again, and before you press share, there should be a click.
Share computer sound. I've got you. Right, we'll try again. Can you see? Can you hear?
To be one to appreciate it. Fabulous.
I hadn't watched the video because we were on the call, so I didn't know how poor the sound was. I'm sorry about that. I just found it as we were going through. But if you imagine Titanic behind it, yeah, that's the photo. Sue Ward was a judge. Sue judged us as a gold medal, so that was our end shot on the Titanic.
It was brilliant. Oh my God.
Thank you, Sue.
You're welcome. Thank you, Alison. I kind of wish I'd been there really to see all the props, but I'm just very interested by this theme of Adrian in all things naughty.
It usually is, yeah. One rehearsal and Adrian was like, right, we're going to do this.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, cool. Well, it's nearly 10 o'clock, so I hope people are all right for another 5-10 minutes. I reckon that's a sign of a good night, that we're not stringing things out, because I've got one more act to go, which is another video, and then we're literally going to round things up and have a final sing, and that's it. So please don't think, oh my God, this is going on forever. It's not. It's just a couple more things, okay? And we couldn't have an evening of performances without an input from the wonderful Pzazz. And this is a pre-record due to current situations, but it's so relevant, it's marvellous, because it is Pzazz singing the wonderful So on a Sequin. So I'm not sure, am I throwing to you, Monica, for this?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm throwing to Monica, and then we'll come back and I'll say a few more things after that, and then we'll round things up with a big sting. So the lovely sequined Monica Funnel.
Thank you. So some of you will remember when we Pzazz retired as champions, we sang a song as part of our outgoing package, and one of the things that we'd done sort of throughout our sort of time as champions and still today is worn a lot of sequins, and we found that there was a song in existence called So on a Sequin, and it's originally a Fascinating Aida song. So those of you who are familiar with Fascinating Aida will know its humorous nature, and the one and only Debbie Cox had done an arrangement of it, and we approached her for it, and she let us have it for our outgoing set. and we didn't have an original video of us performing it on that night. We kind of sang it to the people who were waiting for the results, as if to say, you know, if you don't win, you know, never mind, so on a sequin. But anyway, I've just strung a few things together, and this is a rehearsal video, a rehearsal recording with some pictures attached. And so we thought it might be a bit of fun. Anyway, I'll share my screen, and I hope it doesn't jerk quite as much.
Turn your videos off, everyone, and it won't jerk as much.
I'll get it going. Fingers crossed. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. The other one was still up. Here we go. Bear in mind it's a rehearsal video, rehearsal recording.
When life has got you down, you broke, you burn your uppers, and you don't know who to call your friend. So busy thoughts you've left it, and you can't stop it, and you can't the bitter end. Your mother-in-law is wrong, away with your teenage son, and the river is your only hope. Don't take a tip from me, child, and sympathy's the only way to go. So what a sequin, it's sure to cheer you up. So what a sequin when you drain life's bitter cup. Sequins will brighten up the oldest shabby dress. Sequins are guaranteed to bring you happiness. Twin is such a little thing, but sure as hell you know that it'll bring you through when you've got writer's block. Yes, it's easier to smile as you face each fearful trial when you've got a bit of heaven on your frock, So what a sequin when you felt fate's piercing dart. If you're in the equinox of life, to cheer your heart, gather your old answer, shimmer, shine, be gay. Don't give in to tears, just emulate the Milky Way. Though a sequin small it twinkles, takes the focus of your wrinkles. For a sequin more is there a trouble less, so glide a needle through that hole, or just go on to your roll. And it's true a spot of stardust, every gal from near and far was just to a spot of stardust on your
So I thought it was a bit of fun. I'll just put the lyrics in the chat because somebody was asking about the lyrics, so you can see what they are.
Thank you, Monica. It's so fitting. it's a song that really had to be here as part of the Sequin Spectacular, and during our final sing and your toast in a minute, that sort of rounds things up. So just before I throw to Monica to round off the evening, as I say, with yet another toast, because we like toasts, and leading our last sing together, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who put it for tonight. It's extraordinary times, and we saw some extraordinary performances tonight, and for everyone who's had a go, and even people sharing memories, it's such an odd thing to do, and you're sat in your own room and yet you're partaking in this thing. But I think, and I hope you'll agree, that we've created some real genuine loveliness, and I mean, we've been to so many places, and certainly for someone new like me, I've learned so much from, you know, seeing the memories and photos and things over the last 40 years. What a fabulous event it's been, and a real journey that you've all been on, especially those ladies who have done the full 40. It's epic. So yeah, so thanks to everyone, a huge round of applause to everyone, and thanks again to performers. And with that, that's me pretty much signing off and diving into my cocktail and passing to our lovely director for the finale.
Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Well, there's 3 or 4 things I've got to do. One of them is to thank you for, you know, pulling all this together, having the you know, the inspiration in the first place, Sue, for doing something like this. We knew that we wanted a social night, but for you to have you know, pulled it all together and strung it together so beautifully, it's been great. Yeah, you've made a great compare, and what beautiful piano playing, beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just blown over by this evening. It's been absolutely great. So there was that thank you. I have a special toast to make. We also have birthdays to sing, and we will be finishing the evening with a sing anyway. So I'm wondering should we do the birthdays and then the toast and then the sing, or should we do the toast and then the birthdays and then the sing, or I don't know. Somebody tell me what to do.
Birthdays, toast, sing.
Birthdays, toast, sing. Awesome. Right, okay. Here we go then. Okay. So that means we need an F. Anybody got an F, Sue?
So let me tell you whose birthday it is. It's Adrian and Yvonne's birthday. Naughty Adrian.
Naughty Adrian.
And Yvonne's birthday, and Anne-Marie's big 50th birthday next week.
Big birthday. So Adrian, Yvonne and Anne-Marie. So can we have an F, please? And we can all unmute and sing happy birthday.
Anne-Marie, this is going to be great. Listen to this. Unmute, everybody.
I can't hear the F. Love, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, naughty Adrian, Yvonne, and Marie. Happy birthday to you, and many more.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay. So on to the toast then, my little toast. And I decided I didn't want to just do a, you know, cheers everyone, although that would be quite nice. You know, I'm partial to a little rhyme. So, who could have predicted that our ruby year would be shared with a virus and a cure nowhere near? Rehearsals and socials all now held on Zoom. Still, maybe some time before we're in the same room. We're 3 months on now, doing our best, and Sue's little idea has been put to the test. Fun photos, fond memories, the odd blast from the past. Some musical memories that are bound to last. 40 years on, we've reached 2020, this bright group of women with talents aplenty. Ready to face whatever may be, we'll keep working hard for the A category. Our Sequin Spectacular draws to a close, and a grand final toast, my pleasure to propose. So please charge your glasses, let's cheer and applaud. Show your love for our chorus and each crystal chord. Cheers. Okay, so the last thing I've got on my list is to have a little sing-along to Go the Distance from when we sang at the RNCM. So either enjoy listening to or singing along to, whatever you want. Oh, Busher, we're keeping you up. I saw that big yawn. Nice tonsils. Okay, so I'm going to just play the track from our fabulous show, beginning of March. Where did that go? Can't believe it's 3 months on. So if you're signing off straight after this, thank you for taking part and having fun and wearing your sequins and sharing your memories and doing all of those things, particularly Sue stringing it together, for Laura keeping us all on our toes with the technical stuff, bringing those smiles and those tears. I can't believe it, really. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening, so thank you all. And here we go. Go the distance.
Where a great warm welcome will be waiting.
lovely to see all of you. Barbalicious, great to see you. Bex and Bushra, good luck with everything. Anne-Marie, good luck with everything. It's been really lovely evening. Thank you, Sue. Thank you to everybody. What a great chorus, and how proud are we to be a Crystal.
Fabulous.
Go Crystals! Yay!
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Thank you, everybody. It's been amazing.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
That was brilliant, really. Gorgeous.
Night, everybody. Fantastic evening. Loved every minute.
Oh,
It was amazing.